Hello, hello, my friends. Welcome to another video here on Raw Food Romance. Today, we're going to be going over my latest gut microbiome test results. So if you want to know what my new score is, if it went up or if it went down, stay tuned. Thank you so much for joining me today for this YouTube video. I'm really excited to share my test results. But before I do, I wanted to share that today is the first day that you can buy the vegan health bundle. Now, this is the biggest bundle that we've been a part of. We've contributed almost $700 worth of stuff to this bundle, and the bundle altogether is worth around $8,000. And you only pay $49 to get everything. There's over 145 submissions in this year's bundle. It's massive, it's epic. There's so much raw stuff in it. So if you're interested in checking out what's in the bundle, please go to the link in the description box below and go check out what's in the bundle for yourself and grab it because it's only here for 10 days. So if you wanted to get it, now's your chance. Link is in the description box below. Now, on to the gut microbiome score. So before we go into that, I want to share about the test that we take to get these results. Now, we use Ombre Lab to do the testing, and then we use biomesite.com to do the analytics of the results from the test. So there's two places that we go to get the most accurate results, and Ombre Lab is the place that we go to get our testing. Now, these are done at home. All you do is order the test, and I have the link in the description box below to get the test off Amazon. And once you get the test, you can do the test at home yourself and then just mail it back to them. There is a mailing thing on it, so you don't have to worry about paying because that's included when you buy the test kit. And all you do is in the morning, first thing, when you are ready to have your bowel movement, what you do is you open up your kit and you register your kit. So you want to make sure that you register your kit first before you do anything, because if you forget, they'll get your test and they won't know it's for you. They won't know whose test it is, and you won't get your results. So you want to register your test first. And this is a little it's like a little bookmark that has your results on it. You can just scan the QR code and you can go and get that registered before you begin. Then what you want to do, and I know this might be TMI for some people, but I'm just going to share. What I like to do is I will catch some of my stool in the toilet paper. And once I do that, then you can actually I like to open this first. So it's already open when I'm ready. There's Q-tip in here, a long Q-tip, and all you need is a rice-sized sample. You don't need a lot to make this work. So you collect a rice-sized sample with the Q-tip, and then you're going to put it in this tube. So this tube has blue liquid in there, and you're going to mix for 20 to 30 seconds the Q-tip. You just mix the Q-tip in there and get it all mixed together. Then once you're done that, then you shake it for a few seconds. And once that's done, then you put it in the little plastic bag that they give you in the box. And you just put it in the box and then you seal it up. There is a seal here. You just seal it up and then you drop it in the mailbox. And that goes over to Ombre Lab. It takes about 2.5 weeks ish. 2 to 3 weeks for you to get the results, and they just email you and you can log in to Ombre Lab and you can get all your results there. What I like to do though is I like to download my FastQ files, which is the test results. There's 2 FastQ files. You do not want to rename those files. Just leave them as is. I like to download them and have them on my desktop. And then I go to a website called biomesite.com. And on Biomesite, they have further in-depth analysis. And that's what I'm going to share with you today. I'm going to share with you the results from my January 2024 Ombre Lab test. So I'm going to share my screen here. The last test that I had, let's go back here, July 2023, my test score was 94.14. This score has gone up by 2%. 2% in 6 months is a really, really good increase. And I want to go over how I feel I've been able to do that while we go through this. But check it out. Like, everything is looking amazing. I've got a really high diversity score. My diversity score is 99. My probiotics need a smidge little bit of work, but I really don't have very much room to grow anymore here. My gut has been amazing. And ever since I've started testing my gut microbiome and actually adding more variety into my diet, my gut has further improved. And it wasn't bad to begin with. I was doing great. But since I've noticed, it's just been awesome. I just really enjoy this journey through with my gut microbiome. I really enjoy tracking and making the changes that I feel would be necessary to further improve my gut, because there's always room for improvement. And here I have about less than 4% room for improvement, according to them. So we can check over here with the probiotics. So my probiotic overall score is 96%, which is looking good. And it shows you the different kinds of bacteria, probiotics, that you may possibly need to work on. And now for me, my Roseburia has gone up. I have increased my Roseburia bacteria. I would like to get it into the green. So again, there's always like little tweaks that you can do to improve further your microbiome. And I do want to work a little bit on my Roseburia and a little bit on my lactobacillus here too. I'd like to be up more in here into that optimal range. But my Roseburia is the one that is actually, everything else is 100% except my Roseburia. That's why my score is 96. It's actually my Roseburia. But my Roseburia was a lot lower in past tests. So I am working slowly to build and increase my Roseburia bacteria. And two things that I have added and increased in my diet that have greatly helped build more Roseburia bacteria is psyllium husk and onion. These two have the prebiotic fibers that are really beneficial for growing Roseburia bacteria. And Roseburia is an amazing bacteria because they produce a lot of the butyrate, which is an anti-inflammatory, anti-cancer short-chain fatty acid in the gut. So I really want to work on increasing my Roseburia. Everything else looks really good. Obviously, like the lactobacillus, I improved slightly, but they're giving me a 100% optimal score. So I'm not too concerned with that one. I'm more looking at increasing my Roseburia. So I'm just going to continue doing what I'm doing, eating a lot of the wraps, because the raw vegan wraps, which you can get in the bundle, by the way, the wrap book is available in the bundle. So you want to grab that now to get the wrap book. But the wraps, the ones that we make, have a lot of onion, like the everything but the bagel wrap, the caramelized onion wrap. They have a lot of onion, and the inulin in the onion feeds the Roseburia, as well as the psyllium husk that is in the wraps that feeds Roseburia as well. So I have been feeding my Roseburia quite nicely since the wrap book came out in May. So it's been about, I would say, as of this recording, like maybe 8-9 months that I've been doing that. And it has increased my Roseburia slowly. Obviously, I need to keep making it grow. So I'm going to keep eating those. But that was really interesting to see. And then I wanted to also check out the commensals. So commensals, definitely, these are the kind of, so commensals, mine score is at 93%. There are some things that I do need to work on. Maybe lowering my bacteroids a little bit here. They are a little high. This one here, I really need to do a little more research on this specific one, but I would like to increase that as well. So I will be doing more research into seeing which ones that I need to work on. So I will be doing more research on this specific commensal bacteria. And commensal bacteria are more kind of like the neutral bacteria. They're not good. They're not bad. They're just neutral. They just live there. And they do good things for us as well. So they're just not bad. They're not probiotics, but they're not bad. But I do need to work on that one a little bit as well. And then we can head over here to the pathobionts. And these are the pathogenics. My score is 97%. And the one that I need to work on a little bit is the methane bacteria here. It's a little bit on the high end. And that has been going down, as my tests show. So that one, I probably have a lot of it still from who knows why. But everyone's gut is going to be super unique to them. And our gut starts off when we're born. So if you're born C-section, then you're starting life off with a very imbalanced gut microbiome. If you were breastfed, you've got a better microbiome than most babies who were bottle fed. And I was bottle fed. I was not breastfed. So I missed out on a lot of the beneficial bacteria, and a lot of the other stuff overgrew. So, and it's your gut changes even with one bite of food. So you can start to change your gut with just one bite of food, because it's food for your bacteria and they change and grow based on what you feed them. But it takes, I believe personally, it takes years to change the fundamental bacteria that you have in your gut that you've been feeding for decades. So I definitely need to work a little bit on that one. But again, doing more research, digging into the science and seeing what foods help lower certain bacteria and which foods help to increase certain bacteria as well. So there we go. Diversity. Let's check the diversity. My diversity score is 99%. So I'm doing really well there with the amount of different diversity. I wanted to also share about the short chain fatty acids. So propionate is one that I am still working on as well. Again, all of those fibers, psyllium husk and apple, pectin, onion, garlic, these all feed bacteria that produce propionate. Butyrate, my butyrate is doing really, really well. It used to be a lot lower, and my acetate as well used to be a lot lower. So I've definitely noticed a great improvement in my short chain fatty acid production. So that's really awesome as well. And then there's other things here on the side, like there's neurotransmitters where you can see kind of more in detail about what you have in your gut, like, your dopamine. I need to work on that a little bit. So definitely checking all of this out, and it's satisfactory, but like I said, there's always room for improvement. Longevity is a really interesting one with the myrosinase. I have a lot more myrosinase than midpoint. That's something that you want to have high because it is an anti-aging enzyme. So it's probably really high because I eat a lot of cruciferous vegetables, which contain a lot of myrosinase. So eating a lot of cruciferous is good for anti-aging. Let's see, what else do we have here that I wanted to show? Nutrients is an interesting one as well. My K2, so this is basically, K2 is a vitamin converted from vitamin K1, and it's converted by bacteria in your gut. Now, we can get K2 on a vegan diet from natto, which is a fermented soy product, and it is one of the highest food sources of vitamin K2, which is essential for bones, teeth, general health like that. So very, 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 very important vitamin that we need. And mine has been also going up as well. So that's been really, really nice to see. It's so cool to see everything like moving up. I really like that. So then we have intolerance. So the intolerance, they have lactose and oxalates. Now you want it to be higher than midpoint. The higher it is, the more you can tolerate these certain foods. And I really wanted to share this about the oxalates because people are often very scared of oxalates because of the fear that's been going around on social media about, oxalates and lectins and all that. But get your gut tested and see how you tolerate oxalates. And my body tolerates them a lot more than the average. So I'm not worried at all about oxalates, but there is a bacteria that lives in your gut that uses oxalates as a form of food. So they eat it. and it's less likely to do irritation to you, like, causing kidney stones, um, and reduced mineral absorption, that kind of thing. So you want the bacteria in there to eat the oxalates. And mine is very, very, very high. So I think that is because I have fed my oxalate eating bacteria over the last almost decade with plenty of vegetables and things like that. So I've grown that bacteria slowly over the years. And now that it is a larger colony, I can tolerate oxalates a lot more than the average person can. That's just my theory, because this is quite a high percentage. And as it says in here, you want it to be higher than than it is. But yeah, so I just wanted to share that really quick with all of you to see my gut score, 96%. I'm so happy with this score, and I attribute my high microbiome score to the wide variety of fruits and vegetables that I eat every single day. I try to get in as many different kinds and types of raw plants that I can into my diet. Some things that we have been eating more of in the last, I would say, year or so has been like the sprouted black forbidden rice. So we soak that for 36 hours in water, and it blooms. It's kind of like sprouting it. And that we don't do it often. A few times a year, we'll do a batch and we'll add it to our salads or whatever. And in the Make It Raw 2 ebook that you get when you buy the bundle, there are some blooming rice recipes in there. So if you're interested in blooming rice, get the bundle. Link is in the description box below, but you can only get it until March 10th. And you can get Make It Raw Volume 2 that I wrote with Chef AJ, and it has a lot of blooming rice recipes in there. We also, on random occasions, when we're able to get it, we do get unpasteurized tempeh. So we are raw foodies, but we include living food into our diet, which would be fermented stuff. We do tempeh and miso and kimchi, sauerkraut, fermented vegetables of all kinds, like fermented carrots and beets. All kinds of different ferments we do include in our diet, and they have, I believe, been beneficial for our gut microbiome. But also the psyllium husk increased our onion and garlic consumption as well. And we try to get as wide a range of greens and different vegetables that we can. We've also been eating a lot more. We do eat sprouts, obviously, but a lot more of them we have been including. And I personally, actually, one of the recipes in the bundle I tried from Broccoli Mum. Now, a lot of the books in the bundle aren't raw, but you can find raw things in some of the ebooks or recipes that can kind of be altered to be raw. So in Broccoli Mum's ebook, it's like an Indian recipe book. She has a chana chat salad in there, and I've never had that before, so I had to buy the spice separately. And she has in the salad kind of roasted chickpeas, but because I don't do that, I sprouted the chickpeas. So I soaked them for about 24 hours. I soak them for a long time and change the water 2 or 3 times. Make sure it's always submerged because they grow. They like almost double in size. Like they get really, really plump. And once they're like that, then I rinse and drain them for about a day or two, just until they get like a little itty bitty tiny tail. I don't let them get a full tail. It's usually like 3 days after I initially soak them. Then I drain them really well and I put them in the freezer. Once they go into the freezer, when they freeze, and then when you thaw them, the texture is just so delicious. I love it so much. I like to do that with lentils as well. Highly, highly, highly recommended. The texture is just awesome. So what I did was, instead of roasting the chickpeas, I just added the spices that she suggests, and I added them to my salad. And then I made the dressing, which was such a unique, different dressing. It was raw. All the ingredients were raw. So I was like, this is perfect salad dressing for me to try. And it was really cool to be able to go through the bundle and look for the hidden gems, the hidden raw recipes that are in some people's cookbooks. So it was really, really awesome to be able to try a recipe created by somebody else. who has different flavor profiles than I do. And I really thoroughly enjoyed it. So now sprouted chickpeas are probably going to be in my diet a lot more because I really, really enjoyed doing it that way. So you soak them, you sprout them, you freeze them, and then you thaw them when you're ready to eat them. Just amazing. The texture is almost like it's a lot softer than the actual sprouted chickpeas. Like I never really liked sprouted chickpeas because they were a little bit more bitter, and more like kind of had like a starchiness to them. But when you freeze and thaw them, totally different. So I highly recommend doing that if you want to add raw chickpeas into your diet. And yeah, just basically other bitter greens like dandelion, radicchio. We eat a lot of radicchio and a lot of Belgian endive. So there's all of that as well. I have some inulin powder that is basically dried from chicory root. And it's very, very sweet. I'm going to be experimenting with some dessert recipes that include inulin powder in there. So there are some things that you can enjoy on a raw diet that can further improve your gut microbiome. And adding more variety has definitely been a game changer for me and for Nate because his gut score is just as high as mine is. Thank you for watching this video and for enjoying it with me. And don't forget to get the bundle, please. If you want to support us, if you want to support yourself, this is an amazing opportunity because for only $49, you're getting $8,000 worth of vegan content, including about $700 worth of content from us. We have the wrap book in there, the taco ebook, live lunch that we filmed. It's 35 hours of us prepping food on video, and you get the recipes, and there's bonus recipes in there as well. Make It Raw, Make It Cook is a video class that I made with Chef AJ. That's in there with the raw German cake, the raw Italian meatballs, the enchiladas. That's in there too. Make It Raw Volume 2, which I talked about earlier with the blooming rice. There's some recipes in there for that. That one I also wrote with Chef AJ. And you're also getting 2 months free of my online meal planning app. So if you want different recipes and you want an online meal planner that generates a meal plan for you every week, you can enjoy that. 2 months are free, and then you can decide if you want to continue or not. You get that when you buy the bundle. You also get Nate's brand new Ninja Nice Cream ebook that he just wrote. He just finished it in time for the bundle. Considering everything that's been going on with his mom and dad and his family, he was able to get that done for you guys. That's available in the bundle, as well as his Kitchen Essentials video course showing you how to set up a raw vegan kitchen and sharing how we travel, all the tools we take when we travel as a raw vegan. So you get all that plus everything from everyone else. There's over 145 submissions to this bundle. It is huge. It is amazing. It's worth around $8,000. And it's all yours for 49 bucks, but it ends March 10th. So click the link in the description box below if you want to go grab that bundle. It's available for you right now. Thank you so much again for joining today. We'll be back tomorrow for another video. I love you all. Mwah, and fruit on.